What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys, and I have the scans, some HD scans here, from the V Jump from Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. This is coming from Dragon Ball DBS Hype's channel. It's his other account. It's at DB Hype X. You could excuse me, you can find that there, but anyway, so I want to break these down because there's some information here that we need to see and that we need to know. First of all, people are asking the question, are these separate characters or are these a continuation character of Goku and Vegeta? It is my belief that they are the same character, just an upgraded version. Now, that could be wrong. It could be different. The reason why is because we see Vegeta here in a different outfit. It's a different color. And the last time I seen this was in Dragon Ball Super Broly, that color of armor. But somebody did point out that, hey, it could have been that way in the manga. The manga just wasn't colored like that. So I don't know. Who cares? It's a different outfit. But anyway, so that's yet to be determined. If they're, I believe that they are the same characters. Like, you just have a newer version because it's later on in the series. I don't believe they're going to be separate characters. The game hasn't done that. Also, if they're separate characters, it would make sense for them to, they would have done the same thing with Gohan, and they didn't do that. So I believe that they are the same characters. You just have those upgraded versions. The reason why is because you have to train with them to even unlock Super Saiyan God. Now, like I said, how do I believe Super Saiyan God will work? I believe that once you complete the training, there's going to be a notch that's going to open up on your skill tree, the same way it did for the training room stuff, how that new notch opened up and you had some new stuff on there. I believe it's going to be the same way. Because with the Super Saiyan God transformation, it enhances your combos and it also enhances your finishers, which is interesting. So the way that I said that it could be done is where you have Super Saiyan God, and then from there you have a new combo tier, you have a new Kamehameha tier, Big Bang Final Flash, or whatever stemming from that. I believe that's the way it's going to work. But anyway, so looking at this, we have Vegeta's flash attack, whatever you want to call it. I call it his upgraded Big Bang attack, but it's a beam. That is actually in the game. Now, one interesting note here that we see right here is him versus Dodoria. And people are saying, I know Kenzaru was alluding to maybe it would be that way in the time machine. This is the only way that I see this working out in the time machine is if they are a separate character, then I could see it working that way as far as going back in time. That's one way. Another way I can see it is that they fix the time machine to where you can take your skills back in time with you. Because we know that when Vegeta fought Dodoria, he wasn't a Super Saiyan. He didn't even have the Super Saiyan ability. So it doesn't, and the game automatically takes away your ability to go Super Saiyan and it puts you back to the default that you were at that point in time in the anime. Okay. So how is it that Vegeta in his Super Saiyan God form is fighting Dodoria? Well, we don't know. No one knows. Like, it doesn't tell us how that is happening. Now, it could be possible. It could be possible that Vegeta is able to that he's able to fight Dodoria because maybe they'll add a new game mode where you could face off against those guys and stuff like that. I don't think that's the case. And I'm just zooming in on it because when I zoom in it on my phone, I can get a better look at what it's saying. And it's basically saying God character versus Dodoria. Data trained in DLC is also reflected in the main part. So this battle is also possible. It's basically saying what I was going to say next, that in this, you're able to, this is not inside of the main story. Okay, so you're not gonna go into, real quick, let's go here. Let's do this right quick. So right here, if you see this menu right here, this is the main menu of the game, okay? This is items and story, you know, characters, all that stuff. That's, I believe that's Dragon Ball. That may not be Dragon Ball. It may be system. This is system. This one down here at the very bottom, it says additional content. Okay. So when you start up the game with the new DLC, you're going to come here first. That is where you access Whis' training. It's not it's not going to be in the main game, if that makes any kind of sense. It's actually separate from the main game. And this is why they tell you here that you'll be able to, they tell you that here that you'll be able to take your skills and everything you acquire into the main game. So yeah, you'll unlock these things, you'll upgrade these characters, but you're going to take it to the main game. People may ask, okay, why is that? Well, because everybody's not going to have the DLC. So rather than do it in the main game where you have missions and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to work that way. But anyway, so yet and still, because guys, you don't have to have the story completed to do this DLC. So for example, when the DLC drops, I could download the DLC, I could start the game completely over, and I can still go through Whis' training and take that into the game. Now that's like a big loophole. That's like a huge loophole, because people are going to ask the question, including myself, okay, if we could take that back into time and play, why can't we do the same thing now with the time machine? Take our Super Saiyan skills back in time and fight. It is very, very possible, guys, that they will update the time machine as well, that will allow us to take our skills back in time and play. And they will possibly update it as well to have the computer scale to our level. I think that the time machine was released for the sub quest and it was kind of pre-released, but I think they're going to update the time machine as well as the rest of the game. That is my belief. Okay, because you can look at this here and tell that he's not one-shotting Dodoria. You see what I'm saying? They're in an actual fight, so their levels are similar, and I'm gonna get closer to that as well. It's a possibility, but what you're looking at right here in the game, you're looking at Vegeta playing against Dodoria at the same level that Dodoria is at. I don't think Dodoria is scaled right here, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Okay. Next, we have Goku and Beerus, and this is just saying that you get to fight Beerus. Now, I can't make out what Goku's level is here, but I'm going to get to levels here in a second. But eventually, whenever you're training, you're going to be on Whis' planet. Now, the question raises, once you're in the main game, are you going to be able to go to Whis' planet? I don't know what the menu is going to look like whenever we go into additional content. Is it going to take you into the game world, but it's actually separate at the same time? I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But you're going to be on Whis' planet, on Beerus' planet, and after you advance so far in the training, you'll be able to fight against Beerus. I really like that lighting, y'all. People are going to ask, do I have a new camera? I don't have a new camera. It's just the lighting from outside. That's really dope. But anyway, going on, you see Beerus just here attacking Goku. The information here is just saying about the DLC, how much it costs, and that it's going to be a progressive thing. Like, you're going to have one episode, another episode, and then, of course, that new story arc. And there's going to be some new background music coming along with that as well. Going to the next image. Let's scroll up here. Like I said, here, this is this screen here, right here, is just the main screen. At the bottom, you're going to have additional content. That's where you're going to go to access Whis' training. And this is showing a picture of Whis, and it's talking about the training, guys. Apparently, this is like a separate thing in itself. Like, the game says it's an episode. Now, there may very well be, you may very well go into the main game and there actually be story episode content of Battle of Gods or something to that effect. They're not talking about that here. What they're talking about is the training. You may say, okay, if that's the case, why aren't they talking about the actual story? Well, because the story is going to be short. If there is a story, it's going to be very short, because like I told y'all before, if they do Battle of Gods, the only main boss was Beerus. That was the only fight, really, so there wasn't much substance to it. Even in the anime, they drug it out. They drug out the fight with Beerus, but that was the only fight. So it makes sense for it to be short if they do that. But I think they're advertising this because this is the main draw to it. This is where the extra gameplay is going to last. It's going to last us to the next DLC. I believe that there is going to be a ton of training to do in this particular DLC. Okay, so we have Whis. And what's interesting here, you can't see it because it's blurry, but right here, this is a level 5 mission. This first one here is a level 5 mission. This one is a level 35 mission. And you may say, hold up, DM, I'm level 250. How is that level 5 and level 35? Because they're showing you this off the premise of if you downloaded it without having played through the story. So I don't know, guys. Honestly, it could be a bit of false advertising. For example, here, when you're seeing Vegeta versus Dodoria here, this is as if you haven't played the story yet. And you go through with Whis' training. You unlock Whis' training, so you unlock Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Therefore, you're fighting against Dodoria in the actual story, which is really weird. There's so many questions to be asked and answered, because if you look at it that way, it could mean that, yeah, it would deplete the purpose. It would mean to know there's not a separate character for Vegeta. That Vegeta in the game will just look like this. He's going to have a different armor. But that doesn't make sense, right? Because that's not what Vegeta wore. But if you step into the time machine, Vegeta's going to have on the armor that he had on in the Frieza saga, which is not this right here, but he has it on right here. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different questions, guys. I have so many questions. But anyway, so here you have it to where they're showing you that main menu there, and they're talking about the new storyline there, or the new additional content. And then we go over here where I was at. Like I said, this was a level 35 mission, and it's just telling you, I'm going to zoom in on my phone because zooming in on here makes it blurry. And I know if I zoom in on my phone, it's not blurry like that. So I'm going to zoom in on my phone so I can see it a little bit better. Yes, this is a level 5 mission. I don't know why it's blurry there. This is a level 35 mission, which you can see reflected there. And right here, you have a 1 star. This one has 2 stars, and this one has 3 stars. This, whatever you're getting from this, these are items, apparently. Items that you're getting from completing this. And this one says you're getting 1 of those, 2 of those, and 1 of those. At the bottom here, this says, let me click here. I'm sorry. This is a 1 star. This is a 2 star. That's a 3 star. That says 1, that says 2, that says 1. So I don't know if these are items that you're obtaining. I don't know what those are. I can't make out what they are. They look like items. Because here at the bottom, you're getting, it says 10 of whatever it is. But if I zoom in as close as I can, those definitely look like items. But this is interesting because of the level. And it says training. I know you guys are going to be like, I'm level 250. So if I'm doing a level 5 mission, level 35 mission, I'm going to blow through that pretty fast. But here's what you have to consider. Look at the jump. It jumps from 5 all the way to 35. Like, that's something pretty significant. You get what I'm saying? Also, there is, you can't see it here, but you can repeat the training. I repeat, you can repeat Whis' training. I don't know how much XP it gives you. It doesn't say. But there is that little, that recycle circle here. You can't see it on here, but if you go and save this image to your phone or something and zoom in, you can see it. It's very clear. You can, in fact, get that. You can, in fact, repeat that. Now, it does. I don't know how much XP you're going to get, especially with it being a level 5 mission. I also don't know if it's going to scale or not with you in that regard as well. It's not saying... let's see here. It's not telling me. And the only thing that this here is saying is like level up. I can't make out what anything else is saying on that. But that's what it's saying there. It's saying level up. And this part here is just talking about various challenges are imposed on training. Clear your eyes and get a lot of experience points. That's all that's saying. But it's interesting about the level. Also, Goku's model with the Goku gi on, and he has the Goku kanji, but he has the band from the end of the game. Like it's just, I don't know, so many questions. But this is very interesting with the level because, like I said, you're able to play this DLC without having completed the game. That's why you're seeing lower levels. I don't know if the levels are going to scale. I don't know how that's going to work out. If we base it off of what we've seen so far in the game, you're going to start from a level 5 mission and work your way up. Like, they're not scaling it. I don't know. There's so many more questions, guys, that I need answered. Also, this part right here, that is, my head's in the way. Let me slide it over some. There we go. This is just part of the training. That's just part of the training. This is part of the training. It's talking about Goku's Dragon Fist is basically what it's talking about. It's talking about his super attacks. The Dragon Fist and his Kamehameha are going to be upgraded as well. His combos, your combos are going to be upgraded. Now, you may say, okay, DM, what was this at the bottom then? Goku is fighting Raditz right here. Very interesting. Like I said, I don't know how this is going to work out. I think the way that they're showing you this is by you accessing Whis' training and then going back and playing the game over again with that Super Saiyan God Goku, which doesn't make sense because you should have allowed that in the time machine, but I'm not going to stray too far. This Kamehameha here is Goku's God Kamehameha. This Kamehameha, guess what, is a combo finisher. So guys, they're upgrading the combos with the Super Saiyan God transformation. You're gonna have combo finishers. Now, I don't know how this one would be activated, because if you finish with the square button, Goku does a ki blast for his combo finisher. It's very possible that if you finish the combo with the square button instead of the ki blast, he's going to finish with a Kamehameha. Vegeta finishes with the ki rush on his if you finish with a square. They all finish with different stuff. So Goku's combo finisher is going to be the Kamehameha, and I don't know how that's going to be obtained. I don't know, like I said, if you're going to be able to push a different button at the end of the combo, or if you're just going to finish with the square and it gives different things. But the combo finishers are going to change with the Super Saiyan God transformation, as will the Dragon Fist that you see here. And then the Kamehameha, those will be changed as well. Like his attacks period are going to be changed while in the Super Saiyan God transformation. Think about it like you will like with Xenoverse. In Xenoverse 2, whenever you went Super Saiyan, like before you were Super Saiyan, if you did a Kamehameha wave, they just did a regular Kamehameha wave. But when you were Super Saiyan, they would teleport to the individual, fire that ki blast. And then also in the base game, in this game, whenever you go into surge mode, how your combos change, it's going to be very similar to that. Now, they haven't released information as to how the Super Saiyan God transformation is going to work as far as ki, stamina. They haven't given any information on that. Also, I'm speculating that this DLC is going to drop in Japan first. So I'm going to be finishing the game in the Japan version just so when it drops, guys, guess what? We're going to have some footage of it because I've got both versions. So guys, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. I know this information is kind of scattered, but that's because there's so many questions and not any answers at this point in time. But I'm going to be poking the heads to try to see if I can get some information on it. And I'm going to keep my ear to the ground for that as well. Guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.